Well, it's that time of the week that we know you've been waiting for. Spencer and Gabe are just two good friends chatting about movie topics galore. We talk and we argue and we giggle and we cry. Tell all your friends and bring them by. So have a listen and grab a quick snack. It's time for you to sit down with the laugh track.
Welcome back to the Laugh Track, everybody. I'm your host, Spencer Whiteman, here with my co-host, Gabe.
What up?
And today, we're going to do My Life in Movies. You might have seen the Gabe episode already by now if you watched that one first. But it's basically all the movies that have molded us into the person that we are today.
Well, that's a good way to put it.
All the way from, really, that's what it is. We break it down. We go from the baby steps, the first movies, all the way up until present day. And you're really going to get a feel for what really crafted our taste, our palate for what we like and look for in movies today. So right before we start the episode, if you didn't hear already, we don't have the mic and we're in a new room. It's a little echoey, so the audio might be a little bit off, but bear with us. This is a very cool episode. So I'm going to let Gabe, Jesus, take the wheel and really show us what we're going to do. So let's go for it.
Spencer Whiteman.
It's me.
What is up? How are you doing today?
I'm very well. Got a lot of rest last night. Went to the gym today.
Got a lot of gains.
Yeah.
There we go.
Worked a little bit.
Got a lot of money.
That money.
That bread.
Money. So I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
There you go. All right, so let's talk about number one, your first steps. People are born, and then
typically they're born.
They don't crawl for their entire life. They start walking. So what's the first film you remember seeing as a child?
For me, it's The Iron Giant.
Okay.
And that's, I was about 4 years old when it came out. I probably remember it closer to being 5. I just remember seeing it on the TV a lot, watching it a lot. And that for me that's like my first movie memory that I can go back. I didn't ask my mom or anything.
Okay.
What movies I watched a lot, but I do remember The Iron Giant being like the movie.
Yeah, that's a classic animated movie too. That's non-Disney. Yeah. The Iron Giant, 1999.
Oh, it's in my top 50, I believe.
Wow. I have to actually go back and rewatch that one. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's been about 17 years since I've seen it.
So you watched it as a kid, but you never really watched it again? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I've seen it periodically in between. But
I remember bits and pieces. Like, isn't there a part where he blasts off into the sky on suicide or something like that?
Something. I don't remember. I really don't remember anything.
Okay.
But it's in my top 50. Or my top 50.
All right, that one's due for a rewatch.
Absolutely.
Let's check it on the list for our rewatches. That's it?
Yeah.
Iron Giant's the one you watched, first film ever?
Yep, short and sweet. That's it.
There you go. Number 2, Teenage Crush. We're going to get a little personal here. What actor and or actress, don't assume,
right,
did you have a crush on growing up?
So, for me, when the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie came out, that
Orlando
was
Bloom.
Black Pearl, right?
Yeah.
So, Orlando Bloom. No. It's actually Keira Knightley. I was 8-9 years old by then, so that's actually not teenage crush.
Old enough.
But I couldn't piece it together when I was trying to think back of any actresses or anything or actors that I really crushed on. There were ones that I appreciated, but the one I can really I had a crush. When I was 8-9 years old on Keira Knightley, I was like, man, I'm going to run into her down here in Metro Detroit, and this full-grown woman is going to I'm going to swoon this full-grown woman, and she's going to love me.
So by default, did you have a crush on Natalie Portman too?
Yeah.
Because they're literally the same person.
They look, very similar. And they both are very, very talented.
Very, very talented.
So that's my answer.
All right. Number 3, bad choices, good outcome. What is a movie you watched but ended up enjoying even though you wanted to hate it?
So this one was really hard for me to choose, as it was for you.
Yeah.
And it's not so much the movie that I wanted to hate, but I hate it when people choke me with stuff, shove it down my throat. You have to see this. You have to. Oh my God, do this. You have to do this.
Bro, you do got to watch a lot of things, though. You're missing out.
And so, it was the only thing I heard, just nonstop, was La La Land. and I was looking forward to it, and then I wasn't looking forward to it just because of how much like everybody was like raving about it, and I was like, this is it's too much. I'm officially don't want anything to do with it now.
Faithful listeners to the podcast know that Spencer is one of those guys who, if there's hype around it, he's instantly turned off.
Turned off, yeah.
And he's mentioned before La La Land. This was not a shock to me.
Which is unfortunate because like hype is good. I get hype for movies,
Baby Driver.
But it's just there's a point to where it's too much for me, and it's like I've heard about it every single day for 3 weeks now.
Right.
Like I need a break, and then I'm just not excited to see it anymore. And that was the case with La La Land. But you can't. Maybe you can, but I could not. I could not watch that movie and not love just about every single minute of it.
The colors alone in that movie are just amazing. Like that's
It was
one of my
beautiful.
favorite things about it.
It was
the use of
beautiful.
color.
That SNL skit about La La Land.
La La Land's a perfect film.
Yeah, he learned to play piano for that. Yeah, it's like completely embodies what the hype around it was at the time.
Exactly.
But for me, that movie was just absolutely. I mean, I liked it a lot.
And
But
6 months out, do you still hold it to such high esteem, or has it like because of the hype and you've seen it, you liked it, but has it died down, or is it still just as good, as you remember?
So it wasn't as good as I expected it to be. Yeah.
How is that possible when it's an 11 out of 10 movie?
But it was very good. I mean, it was a great movie.
Right.
But it wasn't the best movie I've ever seen, which is how it was proclaimed to be.
Okay.
And so 6 months out, do I look back on it and think that it's the same? Yeah, I think it was still pretty good. I remember bits and pieces of it now, and it's
There you go.
so boom, that's my answer.
All right, let's get really personal.
Okay.
You love women.
Go on.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Sometimes, you see a girl and you're like, hey, let me holler at you.
Okay. Mama.
What's the first movie date you've ever taken somebody out on?
I was in high school, and this was before I could drive even.
Wow.
Yeah, so this was like...
So you called your big cousin up. You're like, yo, Gabe.
Hook me up with this John in like 3rd grade.
I need you to take me to the movies.
It was Dear John.
Okay.
And I don't remember the theater. Even, I think I was in like 9th or 10th grade. And I actually don't remember anything from the movie either.
I think that's a Nicholas Sparks movie, wasn't it? Like, based off the novel. He was, like, really popular in that era. Notebook, Dear John.
I recognized the cover, but I like just...
Channing Tatum and Amanda Seyfried are in
I
it.
just don't remember, like, anything from it. But I remember seeing it in theaters and, like, that being, like, the first...
That was the first
The first movie date, I think, yeah.
There you go.
So...
All right. Home comforts. What movie reminds you of time with the family?
So this was a lot of fun to look back on.
Oh, yeah.
And for you had a few different answers, just as I have just a few different answers. So there's a Christmas movie with Bill Murray, Scrooged.
Right.
1988, before I was born. But my parents, we would watch it when I was little and growing up, I mean, just all the time. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's necessarily like that great of a movie, but I loved watching that movie as a kid, and that just thinking about that movie just brings me back to like, the family, everybody's around. And
I don't think I've ever actually seen that one. I've seen bits and pieces of it.
I mean, it's
solid. But as a whole, I've never seen that one.
Have you ever seen Stripes? Unrelated.
The Bill Murray movie?
Bill Murray one?
No, but I know about it.
That one's I like that movie a lot.
So you should check that one out.
Yeah, check.
We'll add that to the list too.
It's a fun Bill Murray movie. I mean,
the ever-growing movies we should watch but have no time for.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, Ready to Rumble. And this is more outside of my family. This was at his house.
Yeah.
Is when I would watch this movie. We'd watch it like once in a while.
That was like the Christmas movie, we're all stuffed with Christmas turkey. Mm-hmm. You opened your presents. You broke your new toy already. And so now you're just in tears. You're looking for a comedy to fill that void.
Yeah. And this movie brings me back to like the family. All around, the fires on the side. We're eating homemade Chex Mix. Shout out to my grandma.
What up?
And just watching that movie like every year, every so often. Like just those are the memories that
when we were doing mine, I almost mentioned this, but then I saw your list, so I took it out.
Oh, really?
This has like one of the most iconic scenes, like when he puts his finger in the butt, and he's like, "Yo, my Slurpee smells like ass." That movie. Let me chime in for a minute. That movie is utter trash. He's like, "King me."
Oh, it's bad.
But it is so funny, and it's like one of those movies where it had so many memories of like
It's
watching
so
it with you,
nostalgic,
with my dad, and it's just like that movie it's always going to be there.
It's always.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Absolutely, and it's so funny. But that's what I got for my home comforts. I mean, I got the family movie, around Christmas. Actually, it's weird. Both these movies are Christmas time for us, but I guess that's when family is the closest, and
that's true.
So let's go on.
All right, heartbreaks. So you saw Dear John with this chick, doesn't really work out.
Right.
You're heartbroken. But we're talking about movies. So what movie really upset you or hit you harder than you thought?
So I don't ever want to admit this, but I was a young lad. Okay.
It can't be worse than mine.
So I was a young lad, and
Okay.
Adam Sandler is peak of his career.
8 Crazy Nights.
And I cried during Click, like when he's like at the end when he's like in the rain and he's like dead or whatever, and his whole family's around him. I was like, no, and yeah, I cried in Click. Totally unexpected because the movie was, to me, like as a young kid, Adam Sandler, he was the go-to comedy guy. One of the go-to comedy guys.
I'll fight you on that one. It was Will Ferrell.
One of the Well, yeah, Will Ferrell too. I mean, one of the go-to comedy guys. Little childhood, and completely went into the movie strictly for laughs.
2006 it came out.
2006.
2006, 2005-ish. How old were you?
So I was 12, maybe.
What year were you born?
95.
Yeah, that's 11. 11,
yeah,
12.
11, 12. And so I was expecting 11 to 12-year-old, laughs and giggles and jokes, and all of a sudden I'm crying. I'm crying in my living room because
Adam Sandler died.
Because Adam Sandler dies, and it was a wild night. I was not expecting, I did not go into that movie for tears by any means.
Right.
So
you went in for laughs, you got tears.
Right.
That's about your typical Adam Sandler movie.
Typical, yeah.
These were tears of sadness,
Others are usually
because of the
tears
movie. Usually you have tears of sadness because
you'll never get those years.
Why did I waste an hour on this?
I had stuff to do. So.
All right, number 7. You're leaving home. My baby's all grown up.
Yep.
What was the first rated R movie you saw without your parents?
So if I got this correctly, when you saw your R-rated movie, you were not old enough to see it. Was that?
Yeah, 2010. I was about.
Because you have to be 17 to see an R-rated movie.
Yeah, I think I was 15 at the time.
Okay.
Maybe 16, 17.
So mine is very similar. I was not old enough to see it, but I went with my my role model, good guy who never had me do anything wrong.
Right.
Older cousin Gabe here.
What up?
Saw The Dictator. He tells me, he's like, yo, just buy a ticket for something else, right? And then just walk into the theater with us. So I slapped some cash down, and I don't even remember what I bought. Some kids movie. And I could tell, the lady that I handed it to was like, why is this, kid,
He's coming solo to this movie.
Yeah, he's seen this kids movie alone. Whatever. So, get my ticket ripped. My theater was to the right. Dictator was on the left. And I'm looking at the ticket ripper, and I'm like, see ya!
I'm about to finesse.
Yeah, and I went and I watched The Dictator, and it was worth every waking minute of it. Because as a 16-year-old, I think
that movie's so funny, bro.
Dude, it was the eagle scene.
The eagle scene when he's jerking off.
I literally I could not stop crying. It's just
dude, the best thing is when he changes every word in the dictionary to Aladdin, and he goes
HIV Aladdin.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, oh yeah.
One of my favorite scenes I still recreate to this day. Is I still do this. Is when he gets caught in the restaurant. Okay. And it's what is your name?
And he's looking around.
He's like, Max. Max what? Max occupancy 350. That's I still do that stuff all the time. I'll be
dude,
whatever.
Also, one of the best, the funniest scenes to me, and it might not be funny with the recent attacks, but it's when he's on the plane or the helicopter.
With
and they're talking
the couple behind him.
Yeah, they're talking in fake fake Iraqi or whatever.
Right.
And he's like, blow up the Statue of Liberty.
So bad. So
Dude,
bad.
Sacha Baron Cohen, minus Bruno, he made some funny movies. Even the New Brothers Grimsby movie.
Yeah. I heard that was
so
really,
bad,
like,
but it's funny. It's like
funny, yeah.
he's the type of guy. He gets my humor. Like,
Yeah, like it is our humor.
he takes one step farther than most normal comedians, and that's just what
Dude.
pushes him to the limits.
And it is like
Hilarious.
it's like our like teenage humor too.
Oh
that
yeah,
is
I'm a teenager at heart.
And like, dude, I was crying. So that was my first R-rated movie that I recall. So shout out to my mans over here hooking me up. So
All right, moving on.
yes.
Good times. What movie do you watch the most and why?
So for me, like when I was younger, at least, well, I didn't like grow up with cable TV at all.
Okay.
And so I would just watch movies a lot. And on my PS3, which is an old console, I mean, old enough for me to
What did it come out, like 2005, 2007?
Yeah, I mean, 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
A long time.
And like I would download movies on a USB and then watch them on my PS3.
This was the height of LimeWire.
Yeah. And Grandma's Boy was one that I don't know why, but I just like would watch it before I go to bed or like play it while I fall asleep.
Right.
So I've seen that movie like just a dozen times. Tenacious D is another one where like I know every single song front to back of that movie and just every like line of that movie. I've seen that movie 1,000 times, but that was just because that movie was hilarious to me.
We actually have a running, like, me and Spencer insider joke. You know, this guy, Grandma's Boy, was like his favorite movie from 2006 to now.
To 2017.
And I'd never seen it. And he would ask me literally every day. He would text me every day, bro, have you seen Grandma's Boy? Bro, have you seen Grandma's? Bro, watch Grandma's Boy.
And like by no means is it like a good movie.
So I finally watched it, and let me tell you, give me 94 minutes back.
God, please grant me this time.
And
back.
he knows that I've seen it now. He knows that I didn't like it. And he still has the audacity to, bro, did you see Grandma's Boy?
Why do you give me that accent?
No.
I'm not Borat.
Bro.
But yeah.
That's...
And then another just, short answer is like Studio Ghibli films. I mean, they're just feel-good movies. Spirited Away, though, is one that I'll literally watch like once a year. I mean, and then...
Well, this year we're going to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
It's part of the Fathom events for AMC.
We saw it last year in theaters.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't go to
And
that
they played the Ghibli Season 2 or Episode 2 episode of like a TV show. Never aired in the U.S. That was actually like one of my favorite theater experiences. I got to watch Spirited Away in theaters, and then they played like the episodes after, which was really cool.
Do you want to see the dubbed version or the subtitle version? Like, which one do you prefer?
I mean, I prefer the subbed just because I swear to God, dude, I'm not a weeaboo, okay? Like, I promise I'm not.
Really, sounding like you are.
But I took a Japanese class in college, and like I can pick up on some
paid?
stuff. And so like I learned, and so like it's cool to just whatever. But like,
so you want to see the subtitle version, see if you can like watch it without
like, pick up on things, and plus
it?
just generally like I feel like it just flows. I don't know. I like whatever. I'm not a weeb dude. Leave me alone.
You're about to go home and like watch Naruto. I remember like you bought these bands, like the Naruto.
Dude, shut up.
Anyways,
the viewers don't need to know. I was young, dog. I'm a 20.
It was yesterday.
Yo, man. Look, so what? Nobody cares about crack a cold one with the boys, dog. With the
this has
band
nothing
on.
to do with cold ones.
That's what the next question.
All right. So I'm looking at this next question.
I'm sweating, man. I'm embarrassed.
Learn a new language. Favorite non-English movie and why? The first one is literally a Japanese movie. Continue. I'm not a weeaboo.
Spirited Away.
All right,
God,
next.
grant me strength.
Nah.
Next I have Old Boy, which was mentioned previously.
Yep, it's a good one.
And that was, for me, just an incredible movie. I've yet to see the American version.
Do you remember when how and when we watched Old Boy?
We watched it at your house, in your basement.
Incorrect.
Then no, I don't.
So it was one of those times we went through this like month-long phase where we couldn't hang out because we were like busy or whatever. And I would text him and be like, all right, let's watch a movie right now on
at the
Netflix.
same time.
And let's press play at 10:50 p.m.
I do
And we
remember
would
that.
press play on Netflix and watch it together. And like I mean, it was a foreign film, so for this one, really, there wasn't much texting in between, but we'd always text each other like, bro, that was a sick scene.
I'd be like, yo!
But for this one, the twist at the end,
Dude, I texted him.
we texted them, all caps, what just happened?
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's a good memory. We did that for Doctor Strangelove as well when it was on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
We did that. We did it for a couple other ones, too, but like,
we had that walkie-talkie app, too, where, like, you'd hold the button.
We're
kind
good
of
friends.
Like, yeah.
So
yeah, we're bros.
We kind of go way back,
Yeah,
you know.
we
since
know each other. Yeah. I've only known him for, like, 21 years or something. Something like, you know, it's minimum.
But I'm 23.
But, dude, all right. So, and then I have Amelie.
Previously talked about that one.
French film. Yeah, just check it out. That's so easy to say, just to tell people to check it out, but truly,
literally, I'll let you borrow my Blu-ray. Just ask.
DM us and he'll ship it to you.
I actually won't. I mean, if you live in the contagious Detroit metro area,
if you
me
live
up.
on the continent of Metro Detroit,
listen, if you live within 3 miles, you could borrow it. But
yeah.
For those who can't, just check it out. It might be on Amazon Prime. It's actually on Netflix, isn't it? It used to be. Yeah.
I
I don't know if it still is, but check it out. It's 2 hours. It's going to be the greatest 2 hours you've ever spent.
It's good.
Unless you've already seen it, then it'll be, you know.
Yeah, the best 4 hours and change that you've ever spent.
There you go.
So, all right. So that's all I got.
All right. So, you know, you're a little chunky. I can admit it.
I'm beefy, dog.
You can admit it. You're slim thick. Wait, fat thick.
Dude!
And, you know, it shows
live,
because
dog.
you can't really leave the sofa.
I'm swole. Right. Okay. I can't leave the sofa.
Yeah, you're eating cheese puffs while you're watching.
Dude, those Burger King mac and Cheetos, though.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Check out the review. He did one on his YouTube channel. Link in the description.
We're going to forget to do that.
We never do anything we say we do.
Yeah, whatever. All right, keep going.
Anyway, so you're putting on the pounds, the calories, eating these Cheeto Puffs, watching.
Stuck on the couch.
Because you're watching this TV series.
Right.
What got you hooked?
So the reason I'm so thick is because it's not one TV series. Wow. Game of Thrones.
Perfect.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like the biggest TV show around in the last couple years.
Yeah. Since Breaking Bad ended, I would say.
Yeah.
It kind of was like
it's got the
Breaking Bad ended and Game of Thrones started, and it's like.
Yeah. And then I got Psych, which is a comedy.
Never actually watched that show.
I really like it. It's just like it's feel good. I like the humor in it. It's quirky.
You told me a month back to watch it, but
yeah, I actually told you a year back, but it's bad with time.
I'm bad with time.
So, and then Futurama. Just generally, I've seen every episode a couple times.
Futurama's a good one. Like
Futurama's super good. I used to watch Futurama when I was super little. Like we'd go over. My mom would we'd be at a friend's house or something and watch it. Yeah, I like Futurama a lot.
Like Futurama, Simpsons, Family Guy, like those cartoons, those TV-14.
Actually, I have F is for Family, which is the newer one.
Those TV-14 shows, like I would throw on Netflix. Like I'll be like lifting in the basement.
Yeah.
I'll be sick. I'll be like doing like chores, cleaning my room.
And that's what's
I'll just throw it on in the background because like once you've seen the episodes, you don't really need to focus on it. It's just background.
But they're
some
good,
episodes
though.
are good. Some episodes, are just like those cartoon type shows. I agree with you. Like definitely get you hooked at first, and then definitely good background noise.
Yeah, and then that '70s show was
watch everything except for the last season.
Really?
Yeah. After what's the guy's name? Venom leaves. Topher Grace.
Okay.
After he leaves, it's stupid. Yeah. It's so pointless.
Yeah. Okay. And then I got Dexter, which is kind of a cop out because I was super addicted to Dexter. Stopped after season 3.
Which is you could go to season 4, but after that, never watch it again, except for the last episode. Definitely watch the last episode.
All right.
I mean,
that's where I stopped.
It's like the worst episode of TV of all time.
I grinded through the first 3 seasons nonstop, and then I just
that show just got so repetitive.
Dexter?
Yeah.
I mean, I loved
the guy. Literally, every episode,
you and I have a
killing his dark passenger.
Yeah, you and I have a thing for serial killer movies.
No, we don't. FBI.
At FBI. No, we don't. All right, so that's what I got.
Yeah. All right.
So
you're sick.
Right.
That was me coughing, but he's sick.
You got that cough syrup, dog?
Yeah, got that NyQuil. That Benny.
Oh my God! All right.
What movie do you watch when you don't feel well to cheer you up? this is kind of a weird question. I was thinking about it when we were doing
Yeah.
ours. Like, to cheer me up. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna be sick.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna wanna.
Like, what movie do I? If I'm home from school, it should be like. If you're home from school, what movie do you not feel well?
Well, so when I'm sick, the last thing I want to do is watch a movie. You'll recall the last time I was sick 2 weeks ago.
This guy slept all the time.
I would literally go to the gym and work and like
And then sleep.
be active, and then I would sleep hella.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, the last thing I want to do is like lay around and watch a movie. I'd rather be up and productive during the day, get home early, sleep early, get my rest. But the last time I was really sick, like I had like the flu super bad. I laid in bed and I watched like Five Element Ninjas, so 1982.
Okay.
Shaolin Ninja, 1978. Kung Fu Hustle, 2004.
I'm noticing a trend.
And then Five Venoms. I might have already said that one just now.
You didn't.
Oh, well, that's also 1978.
Okay.
Like all those like old kung fu movies.
I've literally never seen any of those.
They are so over the top.
I figured.
And like so much like fun watching them that like I actually like I get so caught up in them that I don't even feel sick. Like
right.
I had the flu. I mean, I had a fever, can't breathe, throwing up, just feel terrible, sore throat, like can't eat, can't drink, and like for 2 hours at a time, you know, everything was okay. Just watching these old like stupid kung fu movies. Yeah, so when I'm sick, and the thing is, I found those all on Netflix too. Like I came across like the genre of like generally like old kung fu movies.
Right, Netflix has like your A-list movies, you're super popular.
Yeah.
Or they have your D-list movies that nobody's ever heard about.
Yeah.
They are $5 million budget, and
Yeah, but all these movies, like generally speaking, they're like culty.
Right, I figured.
And I hopped on that bandwagon and watched as many as I could. There were a bunch more.
Well, you like it because you're a weeaboo.
Oh my god, dude, leave me alone, man. So, all right, that's what I got. That's all I got. That's what I do on my sick days. I watch my weeb movies. There, I said it.
All right.
I'm so mad.
Let's look to the future.
Okay.
Not Back to the Future.
That was my joke.
Yeah, well, they don't know that because they only listen to like every other episode.
Right. Okay.
Right.
True. Calling out the viewers. Be sure to subscribe, guys. Let us
Listen
know.
to everything. No, I'm just kidding. Look into the future. You know, what movies are you looking forward to seeing?
Okay. This one was just a little bit like, I mean, we just had our summer preview episode not too long ago, and we named off a bunch of them, but I was trying to choose stuff that we didn't talk too much about.
Okay.
So I got Coco.
That's the new Pixar?
Yeah. I'm excited for that one. I mean, it looks really cool. It looks beautiful. I've seen some of the posters.
Has there been a trailer for it?
I thought there was the trailer
we
for
saw it when we saw
Yeah.
a kids movie.
Yeah. Was it Lego?
It might have been Lego.
Yeah, we saw the trailer for it.
I don't think it was Lego.
And it was something. I don't remember what it was.
The new poster for it actually got released earlier today, right?
Yeah, literally today.
And it's June 6th for those who are listening.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. And then just in terms of the what's it called? Like the Dark Universe? Whatever. What's the Mummy? The Mummy Universe?
That's called the Dark Universe.
Dark Universe. So I'm excited for Bride of Frankenstein.
You can't be doing that.
Invisible Man with Johnny Depp.
Okay.
And then Van Helsing.
Did you like the original Van Helsing?
I don't even remember.
It's with your boy Hugh Jackman, Wolverine.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I have it on DVD. You can borrow that one.
We'll have to check it out.
It sucks, but it's like a good monster. If you want to lose brain cells, kind of, and just throw back your feet, eat some popcorn, it's a good monster flick.
Pop a Bud Light.
It's not by no means a good movie,
but it's a cool chill back.
If they were to reboot it or redo it, they're gonna do it justice.
Okay, and then I'm excited for the Justice League movie also.
Check out Wonder Woman. Check out the review.
Yeah, so I'm excited for all that. Also, our Wonder Woman review has gotten a lot of
hate.
I mean, it's got a lot more love than it has hate, but it's got check it out. Let us know what you think. All that. Give us some reviews.
People are saying Superman's going to be the villain in Justice League.
Really?
But I don't know if that's true or not. Like, what is it? Black suit or red suit Superman?
Interesting.
Because he's dead right now.
Yeah.
Technically, he might come back as evil, but
I avoid all the spoilers and trailers and everything, so I have no clue if that's accurate or if I sound like an idiot.
That's gonna be mad interesting to find out.
Yeah.
So
That's in November too, so don't gotta wait too far. The year flies by. It's already June.
yeah, I didn't realize it was that close.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's what I got for what I'm looking forward to. Just those couple movies are what I'm really, looking forward to. I was looking forward to Baywatch, but I didn't see it. I'm probably not going to see it now. And then I was looking forward to the Pirates movie. I'll catch it, later.
You should check that one out because you're a big Pirates guy.
I
See it on the
am,
big screen.
But
Spot $5 and go to the matinee.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, just time wise, and
You got this.
so yeah. All right. What's next?
If only the woodpecker sighs, the bark on the tree would be as soft as the sky. Is that how it goes in Holes?
You were asking the wrong man.
Oh,
in Holes? No,
yeah.
I don't
Remember
know.
that little poem that the wheelchair lady says?
I don't at all.
If only.
Yeah, if only.
What old movie do you want to be seen? Do you want to see remade?
So let me just start off with not answering the question.
That's typical Spencer.
I would kill to see Ninja Assassin 2. If you remember a while ago, actually, I talked about.
It was like 3 years ago.
Well, in one of our episodes, I talked about like how I watched Ninja Assassin recently.
Yeah.
And like 3 years ago.
I'm bad with time.
And how much it's just so much fun. I mean, I love that movie for all the wrong reasons. But if they made a second one, I would love to see that.
Ninjas. See?
Yeah.
Reoccurring-
Dog. Oh my God.
Reoccurring theme.
It's not
We're
true.
titling this episode, He's a Weeb.
Weeb. So, all right. Enough of that. Aragon.
Okay.
So, a kid, I read the books. There was Aragon, Brazinger, the one with the red cover.
That was Brazinger,
What was the one with the green cover?
not Brazinger.
So, the books as a kid, they're like dragon movies if you haven't heard about them. And they made the Aragon movie in like 2005. Six?
Let's fact check.
And oh my God, man, is it just
Definitely was 2006.
nice. So it was like a terrible movie.
Listen, how are you going to take a 505-page book
Yeah.
into an hour 40-minute movie? And then not only that, they changed. I'm with you on this one. Like,
Yeah.
I forgot about this movie until I read your thing. Like when we did mine, I didn't choose this one, and I wish I had because
It bothers me.
this
to
was my
day.
favorite book for the longest time, and it's still top 10 for me. Like admittedly, if I read it now, it's probably not as good. It's definitely a kids.
Yeah,
kids
like as a kid
book.
reading a book that thick.
I was proud of myself. I read that
Dragons
thing
and-
back to cover, front,
Yeah,
all over 4, 5, 6 times.
yeah, a lot.
Hyped for the movie.
Yeah, and
I
then
had the
it's just
Game Boy
like-
game.
Dude, the Game Boy game was
Yeah, it was lit.
A1 though.
Yeah.
But I mean, the movie just, oh, dude, like I remember being a kid too and being so excited for it, and then watching it and just being like, okay, like sick, I guess. I mean, tight. But if they could remake that movie and truly do it justice, make it 2 hours and some change. I don't care for super long movies.
All I ask is stay true to the book.
Yeah, like don't.
It's not that
literally.
hard.
I mean,
You don't even got to write a script because it's literally in 500 pages in front of you.
and they just butchered it. I mean, butchered it. If you've seen the movie, you'll.
Even Jeremy Irons and John Malkovich couldn't save that movie. And if you look at the guy who plays the main character Aragon,
Mhm.
like he's been in 23 things since, and that was his first acting role. Like it literally jump started and killed his career in the same
At
time
the same time.
because it's just that bad.
Yeah. No, it's if I could see that movie remade in contemporary times, start production 2018, finish it in 2020, I would appreciate that a lot.
I would actually probably have the guy who plays Baby Driver, Ansel Elgort, play the main character because like blonde hair, blue eyes.
That'd be a pretty good.
Like, and he looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy, and he's fit too.
Right.
So I mean, he could ride the dragon or whatever.
This isn't my life in movies, but like while we're on this subject, one that I thought about that I would have remade is the Series of Unfortunate Events movie.
Yeah, that was
But-
really.
Like I liked the movie and I love Jim Carrey,
Mhm.
and I'm like I wouldn't have it remade anymore because they have the TV show.
Yeah.
But I'd definitely swap Neil Patrick Harris out with Jim Carrey. I'm just happy that they're finally doing it justice, in the way that it deserves to be.
Yeah.
Not my life, but whatever.
Good answer. Good contribution.
Yeah.
But that's really all I got. It's just like the Aragon movie for me has just always been one that was just could have been done so much better, dude. And so with that, I'm done.
All right, so it's the end of the road. We're almost at the end of this podcast. What 3 films do you think you'll always enjoy watching?
So there were a few that really I had to fight for the top 3 spot, and
Are you regretting your list now? 'Cause
yeah,
I see that smile.
I am
coming.
regretting my list now.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout it out if you
Because,
lie to the viewers.
I've seen this movie like a lot, but
Wait, let's let them Dora explore this.
I'll literally only watch it.
What do you think he's gonna say?
Yeah, what do you think I'm gonna say? Leave a comment, and then let us know if you guessed it right. Right?
It's not American. It's actually Asian.
You're giving them too many guesses.
They were gonna get it anyway.
Spirited Away.
And
Ip Man.
yeah, there we go.
Ip Man is the other one.
That's a Chinese one, right?
Yeah. And oh my god, dude. I saw Ip Man in 8th grade.
Sounds about right.
I took Chinese for 3 years.
And Japanese in college.
Dude, leave me alone, man.
I don't know. I'm just
Man.
I'm just observing.
But my girlfriend's Asian too. Dude, this is don't do
We're
this to me.
definitely titling this.
Nobody wants to listen to a weeaboo talk
You're
about
right.
movies.
I'm looking for a new co-host. If you're out there, send your applications to our email, link in the description.
Our email, I have to watch myself get replaced.
Preferably not a weeaboo.
God, man.
I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, except for and then Goodfellas also is the other one.
Yes.
I'll watch it every once in a while and just rock hard every time I watch it. So,
Intense.
only way to describe Ray Liotta.
Intense.
Also won an award for ugliest laugh. From
Yeah,
us.
he did.
From us.
Dude,
the
it's,
left
that laugh when he's in the bar with them, and he's like,
guy. Disgusting. But I mean, nobody else.
we should make that a Twitter header.
Oh, him like
Yeah, just laughing. Just for
laugh
shits and giggles.
laugh track. We should, but our Twitter header has a purpose.
It does.
It does.
All right,
So if you
anyway.
don't know, our Twitter header is the movie we're seeing this week. So follow us on Twitter if you like stuff and movies and everything movies. So so I got Spirited Away, Goodfellas, Ip Man as my top 3 movies that never get old for me. But I guess one of the reasons Spirited Away doesn't get old is just because I go out of my way to watch it once a year. I mean, literally.
Right.
So
It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite Studio Ghibli or Totoro.
okay, good choices. I mean, isn't what's the
You
next?
can't burp without.
I just smashed protein not too long. So what's the next Ghibli movie coming out in theaters?
Totoro. We're gonna see
Is it
Totoro
for the
first.
Fathom event?
Yeah.
All right.
End of this month.
Well, that wraps up my life in movies. You guys got to see everything that I've seen from birth almost when I was crawling up until now. What holds true to me, and maybe you'll get an idea of why we kind of have the taste that we do, why we review things the way we do, and what we're looking for. One we didn't mention for the forum films was Blue is the Warmest Color.
Oh my
It's
God.
such a good movie, and
I blind bought that for us.
Mhm.
$20, Criterion Collection.
so good.
One of the best purchases I've ever made.
So good. I mean, really check that one out too. We just, I didn't list it just because.
If you remember, the movies we haven't seen podcast, we've seen it, but we've only seen it, I think, once or twice.
One time, yeah.
Once, yeah. Because it's 3 hours long.
It's 3 hours.
3-hour movies are great and all, but I got a life to live.
I just remember that was another movie where I left and I was
That's
in a
very
different
emotional.
world. Yeah, absolutely. So
I might, mess around and watch that tonight.
really, so right now it's 11:30 at night,
Listen, I don't got responsibilities.
but yeah, I work tomorrow morning. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you really appreciated getting to know us a little bit more in depth. And, if you watch this video all the way through, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if for some reason you give it a thumbs down, comment, let us know. We love improving. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button, and, get to watch us grow. Share us with your friends who like movies.
Shouts out to the Sports Radio Detroit Podcast Network. I probably butchered that name. But you know,
They actually have a really cool podcast,
Yeah.
Over Under Fair, and they talk about like pop culture stuff and rate it over.
and if you're in the
under.
Metro Detroit area, they have good sports where they talk about Tigers, Lions, Bears, oh my.
And it's pretty like informational.
It's very
I mean,
good,
genuinely it is. So give them some shout outs.
Show
check
them some
out.
love. Links in the description for everything we talk about.
Yeah, maybe if
we remember, we'll remember.
So, thank you so much, guys. I just want to take a minute to say we really appreciate all the views we've been getting lately and all the comments. You guys have been interacting with us slowly but surely, and we truly love it. And, if you interact with us, you get a shout out. And thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.